Hello survivors, and welcome to the best skill chain build in the game. Now this is a singular focus build, but it is really interesting to how it works and why it works this way. Now as we all know, skill chain is when you go from a skill A to having a chance of casting another skill of X typing. So in this case that is Chaos to Holy. Because we are playing a skill that has 13 different skill typings, we are able to get a whack ton of skill chain. So over here we've got like 26% chance on earth to electric, we've got 22% chance to electric to holy, and so on and so forth. You can see just how many skill chains we do have. I'll just pause it to bring up the black, and you can see we've got 26%, 22%, 10%, 31%, and so on and so forth. Now I tried a whole bunch of different runes and different combinations, and the best runes and setup I could find or think of is actually to run a skill inclination of a typing that the character you pick doesn't use. So in this case we're playing with the Sentinel, the third weapon. We don't have fire as a skill typing, so we go skill inclination fire so that we can find chromatic bolt quicker. We then run unconventional start so that we can start off with a chromatic bolt from the very beginning. Endless refill, singular focus so we can have 6 of them. Divine legacy, so every 25 levels we get legendary skill chains, and then multicast mastery for more skill, for more chaining of the skill. So let's get into what the skill and what this actually looks like in an Overlord cycle 2. Let's do it. Alright, so here we go. Let's get straight into it. That's multicast, chancing over there, or even skill chain, but you can just see just how mad this starts to get from the very beginning. All of those beautiful chromatic bolts flying all over the place. I cannot wait for the developers to add more chromatic skills. Chromatic slam, being the one that we've been asking for so long now. We have confirmed that they are looking at adding more chromatic skills into the future. When, where, or how, or what skills they are is going to be very exciting. Well, I mean, we haven't really 100% confirmed it, but they have kind of during their dev log and all that. When I spoke to them, they did say, it is on the tables, so it is possible we can get more chromatic skills in the future. And that would be really cool. Imagine having like chromatic bolt, chromatic slam, chromatic slash, and so on and so forth, because you don't always want to play with a ranged chromatic skill. Sometimes you might want like a chromatic tornado instead. Maybe I want to see a multicolored tornado flying around the place. We've already done the dazed and doomed tornadoes. Why not run every single typing there? And it's just nice, especially if you like having dots. Being able to do all of that is really good. Now we did focus on a lot of the negative effects. You can see we're doing 210, 250% doom damage. We got 420%, poison damage coming in over there, and we also grabbing a lot of magnetic over there as well, just so that we can keep up with the levels. The more levels we get, the more chances we get to use Divine Legacy. So once we hit level 125, we should get more Divine Legacy and even more skill chain, and we will be able to go even further with our skill chains from there. Now we do have to use a bit of rerolls every now and then, especially with the Divine Legacy. You want to kind of pump up the skill chain of a specific typing, or at least the typing you already have, because the legendary option does give you an extra 12% chance of that typing to go up. So we do want to get similar typings that we've already got so we can pump them up in numbers, and so that we can get those skill chains going a lot smoother and a lot more often, because that's going to of course increase our DPS substantially, being able to have skills going off a lot more frequently. And this is the best way to do it. Also, you do need to remember that skill chain can multicast as well. So you can get multi-skill chains going off. So if you get over 100% chance to get a skill chain, that you are going to get more chance for that. So see, you can see over here, we haven't had the Holy to Chaos yet. It does increase about 12%. And then over here we've also we seeing a lot of them that we don't have or haven't used, and sometimes it might be better to just re-roll to get ones that you've already got so that you are able to get better ones going forward. So let's do that. Let's see, do we get anything? We don't need area of effect over there. Here's a 10% for shadow to ice, 10% to arcane to fire. These are ones that we haven't picked up before. There are so many different options. You got to remember that every single skill typing, so let's say we had arcane is going to have 12 different power-ups just for arcane. And then let's say fire is going to have 12 different power-ups just for fire. It's going to go fire to ice, fire to nature, fire to shadow, fire to arcane, fire to holy, and so on and so forth. So there are a whack ton of different skill chain possibilities. I'm not very good with statistics, but you know, there are 13 different skill typings on one of these skills. For anyone who's good at stats and maths, you can let me know down in the comment section just how many different probabilities there are of skill chain to get. You know, and let's just see, you know, what the probabilities are. Of course, again, like I mentioned, I'm not the best at maths, so I can't be the one to tell you because I have no idea how to work it out. So I just know there's a lot of possibilities of it occurring, and that's all I need to know. It's like trying to win a lottery over here. Alright, so we do actually get, there we go, we did get quite a few of them. We're going to increase the amount our student does apply there, get a little bit of movement speed, 24% chance on this one. So over here, as you can see, we do get a 22% chance on this one. We do get the damage. I do want the damage as well, and we're going to take the 22% chance only along with the damage over there and keep going. If we can get to even more levels, which I don't think we will, unfortunately, but that's the way that we do it, and we can just keep going and going and going. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have myself, there are a lot more chromatic bolts on the screen when they do go off. Another option that we could have when playing this with the chromatic bolts is to get their cast frequencies to be at different numbers. Now, I did banish cast frequency on the chromatic bolt as a skill, but if you wanted, you could try and get them to all be like a split second apart from each other, or to all be different numbers. And the reason for that is it will make sure that all of the chromatic bolts are always in the air, because right now what's happening is because they all got the same cast frequency, they're all shooting at the exact same time. So we shoot 6 of them at the exact same time, and when they land, then it splits. But if you've got them all going at different intervals, it will make for a better visual experience. Is it better? That doesn't really matter, but visually and auditory, you know, differences, it does make a difference, and maybe you would prefer that over just having them all go off at the exact same time. So there is that as an option. Now over here again, like I mentioned, we're at the stage where I don't really necessarily want 8% as an option. We are looking for much bigger options, like 21% over there is massive. And then we're going to go for the relentless, because that is something we do need as well. We do have a really high cooldown still. 2.3 second cooldown is really high, not something we do want. And getting the cooldown even lower helps with the skill chain. Oh my gosh, there is just, I'm so happy they added this option to minimize the skill tree over there. But now finally having the option, you know, to get those skill chains going off cast frequency is very important over here. So we do want to cast as many times as possible as well. Alrighty, a final boss fight. I am actually quite happy with the progress we made in this. Unfortunately, there are so many options, too many options. It might actually be better to not use chromatic bolts if you want. I don't know. No, do you know what? I'm not going back off what I said. This is the ultimate skill chain build because you get all of those different options. Obviously, if you used just 2 different skill typings, you could get to 100% very quickly, especially if you use Endless Refill and Divine Legacy. But this isn't about getting to 100%. This is about having that so many different options to roll that skill chain off of. So, you know, that was the basis of this. I really enjoyed playing it. Give it a shot, guys. It is actually super fun. And that was that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.